is odd. There's something missing that should be here. If the puncture wound in the abdomen was the true cause of death, you can't make any more rash decisions. You need to think cautiously. There should be blood stains in a hole where the screwdriver went through his clothing.
Okay.
Yes, these pieces of information can tell us something. According to Mr. Taylor's friend, on the day of the incident, Dennis had been wearing, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. That's right. He was supposedly wearing a red Portland Jacks t-shirt that day. But when his body was discovered, it was wearing, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Yes. His corpse was found wearing a white shirt. In other words, his clothing had changed. And yet, if that was all we know, we couldn't rule out if the deceased had changed his shirt himself. However, if he had, there would still be a discrepancy. I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Yes, the corpse had a wound that wasn't reflected by the state of the clothing it was wearing. There's only one answer to this puzzle, and that is, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Indeed. Whoever had killed Mr. Taylor replaced the shirt he was wearing after killing him. The reason for doing that was, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously. Exactly. It was probably to hide the stab wound and make us believe that cut wrist was the cause of death. The killer staged the suicide in order to mislead us. I see. These two are related. There are no vital reactions to the broken finger. That means the damage occurred after death. Considering that the killer must have changed the victim's clothing after death, I can't make any more rash decisions. I need to think cautiously.
Solid evidence.
That's right. The killer broke the corpse's finger while changing the shirt on the body.
Dr. Kimishima, how's the investigation going?
I've almost uncovered the deception, but the truth hasn't completely been revealed.
I see. So we can't arrest the culprit yet?
That's right. I need conclusive evidence that can help us identify the killer.
The most reliable giveaway would be if we could find a fingerprint at the crime scene. However, only the victim's fingerprints were found when HQ searched the room.
I'm not surprised, considering the lengths the killer's gone to hide his tracks. The murderer was probably wearing gloves while the crime was being committed.
Isn't there anything the killer might have touched?
Something that would require him to take his gloves off? It's hard to think of anything.
Well, the best evidence would be on a hard, slick, inorganic substance. It doesn't matter what size it is.
All we can investigate are the crime scene, the corpse, and what the corpse was wearing. Could there be anything among those items that the killer touched with a bare hand? I'll have to investigate further. Thank you, Avocado.
Yeah, and you have a move button.
The killer put this shirt on the victim's corpse after the murder took place. That would mean that the killer would have had to button the shirt up as well. Buttoning up a shirt with gloves on is no easy task. If my predictions are correct,
The buttons on the victim's clothes, huh? I'll look into them right away. One moment, please.
hopefully this will help us find the identity of our mystery murderer.
Dr. Kimishima, it was there. I found it. There's a fingerprint from someone who isn't the victim. It's, a right thumb.
Great. Run the print through the list of registered offenders immediately.
Leave it to me. Such an attention to detail has gone into this. It can't possibly be a first-time offender. There has to be a match for this fingerprint in our records.
I sincerely hope so. This case should be over soon.
Solid evidence. meat. Okay, now we gotta...
The dead shall speak. Let's put together the truth of what happened here. The victim in this case is 30-year-old Dennis Taylor. As there's no motive for murder, it's a suspected suicide. However, the victim had a hidden other side. This card is the one with proof of that. Cannot make any more mistakes.
Yeah, you have to
While he did work at
select
the
these
bar,
in
he
chronological
also
order.
dealt drugs. This case is related to the victim's drug activities. The proof of that is on this card. Indeed, the drugs hidden behind the shelf were missing. The killer went into Taylor's room to kill him for his drugs. The real cause of the victim's death can tell us that. I know that because of this card. Right. The wound on the wrist was not the true cause. Next, the killer disguised the murder as a suicide. This card proves the misdirection used to hide the murder. Cannot
Really?
make any more mistakes.
Okay.
Yes, the appearance of suicide covered up the real cause. The next topic is the secret hidden in the room itself. The murderer used a trick to create a locked room mystery. It was made to seem as if the victim was the only one there. This card shows the trick that had been used. Exactly. The killer thought this would clear his trail. And yet, the culprit had one more way to hide from suspicion. That was to hide when the murder itself took place. This card shows how
Yeah.
he went about
Make
that.
it always go, doesn't really make sense, because this game
The murder
was
took place
released
3 hours
after,
prior to the
no, it was
crime
released
start.
before Encanto. So,
It's natural to assume that if the room was locked,
any
then
Dolores
the crime and
nonsense.
the fire would be at the same time.
If they make a Trauma Team 2 game for the Switch,
No
though,
fingerprints
they should
were
put
left in the room.
the Encanto talk. Their
However, there was one thing the
originality
killer
is
hadn't counted on. There was one task he needed to remove his gloves
they're
to do.
making Encanto to make die.
This card is evidence of that task. He probably couldn't button the clothes with his gloves on. No matter how small the buttons, they were still prints. Even a fragment of a fingerprint can be used to identify him. The victim must have been surprised. After all, he thought the killer was a customer. This is what he said at the very end.
Stop! You! No!
The final flickers of this soul's light show me the truth. Who's there?
I'm sorry. I must have surprised you.
You're that electrician. Why are you here?
Oh, I was called up because the switchboard blew. I need to have it fixed by tomorrow.
I see. That sounds difficult.
Okay.
Freeze. Don't move. I see corpses all day, one more than by.
Okay.
Naomi! Are you hurt? I'm sorry. I should have stayed.
I've solved the case. I'll give you my report tomorrow.
That was...
The report can wait. Naomi, you must think of your safety.
Nobody lives forever. Even if I died today, it'd just be earlier than I expected.
Okay, next time on Trauma TV do Time for Travel. See you guys then.